You've decided to do something but procrastinate often, or you start something but find it difficult to continue with it. In this video, I'll talk about how you can pursue what you want and love and convert that into a habit. Hi friends, welcome to my channel Karmyog. I'm Hitesh, a Cambridge graduate sustainability professional living here in the UK. I bring these kind of mindfulness and lifestyle videos to grow together in our lives. So let's dive in. The human nature is to get comfortable with the status quo and resist any kind of change. And this is the biggest hurdle in our growth, in everyone's growth. So let's understand how to break this cycle, how to break this habit of not wanting a change. Let's understand what's a habit. It's simply an act of doing something repeatedly every day. And if you want to cultivate a new habit, what you are essentially doing, you are introducing a new action to the body. And as you know, our body resists any kind of change. So it becomes very important that you introduce that new change, new action to the body in a gradual and slow manner. And here the concept of atomic habits or tiny habits comes in. What they are essentially telling us that if you want to cultivate something, cultivate a new action, you start with something small, something so small that you don't feel a burden of doing that action and start progressing with that particular action and expanding it over a period of time. Before I share the technique for cultivating tiny habits, let's understand what are the kind of habits. I can keep these in two different categories. One is acting habits, another is thinking habits. And these are essentially the habits that we cultivate knowingly and unknowingly. Acting habits are those where we take physical action, do something with our body. And thinking habits are those where we use our mind and cultivate those pattern or thinking pattern or belief system or value. Now we'll learn the technique of cultivating anything into a habit. To do that, let's take an example. Let's say I want to start having a healthy diet. Now, with this example, follow me through and observe how I am narrowing down my scope. So there are two aspects when we are cultivating a habit, and I'll talk about both of them. The first one is introducing a change. So let's understand introducing the change with this example of having a healthy diet. So I started with a goal, which is having a healthy diet. Now I'm saying, okay, I want to have healthy food in my lunch. Now, in my lunch plate, which I have every day, the intention here is to not disturb the existing pattern that I already have, but to introduce something slowly. So, from my lunch plate, I'll say that, okay, I'll add a fruit in my lunch. Now, rather than having a basket of fruit, I'm deciding on having one fruit. Now, I'll say, okay, no, this is very big. I don't want a big fruit or multiple fruits. I just want a small amount of it. So I'm now just reducing the size or amount of that fruit intake that I'm trying to include in my lunch. So let's say if I started with having oranges in my lunch, then I'll choose small orange to start with. So you've seen how I have narrowed down my scope of having a healthy diet. So this is the first part where we have introduced a change in our daily routine. The second part is about reducing the resistance to do that every day, or enabling that habit so that it becomes easier for you to do this every day without thinking much. So how I can reduce the resistance? To reduce the resistance, you need to reflect on your existing habits or your pattern throughout the day. Taking this specific example of having a healthy diet and now choosing to include oranges in our diet, in our lunch, it goes back to your groceries and how you buy things and how you bring those and keep those in your place where you live, and then how you take it when it's time for your lunch, dinner, or breakfast. So let's say when you go to groceries, you need to start with looking for those small oranges. When you come back, you need to clean it up and keep it on a basket which is visible to you wherever you spend most of your time, and have your lunch or dinner or breakfast. And then when it's visible, when it's in your vicinity, it becomes easier for you to pick that up when it's ready, and when you have a mood of having it, you can just take it and have it. So in this way, you have reduced your resistance and introduced a change. And this is just a start. When you continue doing it, when you start repeating this action, it will become a habit, which is having a small orange in your lunch. Now you want to move further, go to next level. Now you will start introducing some other fruits or salad, or now you want to change your dinner or breakfast, and eventually you will see that you have changed your diet and you will achieve your goal of having a healthy food every day. This is one of the best and practical way that I've found and that has worked for me. I've benefited from it immensely. And the beauty of it is that it is applicable for cultivating thinking habits, which is about your value system, your belief system, your conduct, how you conduct yourself with others. So let's say if you decide on cultivating a thinking habit and you choose kindness. It's very easy, and however small it may be, just start with it. And it could be for you as well. Let's decide that you will say something or say a good thing about yourself every day. I promise you will see huge difference in your life and how you approach your life in general. I hope this helps you in progressing in your journey. If you have watched this video until now, you might be wondering, it's okay if I want to start cultivating a new habit, but I need to start with an action. And if you're finding it difficult to start with an action, to get started with it, I have made this video and talking how you can start with an action. Thank you so much for watching this. I would love to read your comments and learn what are new habits you are starting. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Please take care. Thank you. Bye.